Сука, не поверила, что мне 16. Да, это Москва, и мы умеем отрываться, мы умеем делать звук, мы умеем делать так.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Prwell'Z here. I'm back with another Wi-Fi battle. We post wins, losers, draws. There's gonna be a question in the middle of the video, at the end of the video. Let's get started. Let's go. And yeah, I kind of didn't get the whole team, so be sure to pause it, see our team previews, all that great stuff. But let's get started, man. Let's go. He's gonna lead off with the guard chop, and I'm gonna go into my Saber-Tooth Tiger, my Raikou, my Wolverine, and we come out here shining. So here I decided just to go for a reflect because I know that these things gonna probably hit me with an earthquake, and that's gonna do heaps of damage to me, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna live one. But this thing does go for a sword dance. I'm like, oh man, okay, Garchomp is looking really scary, and we don't like really scary. So here I'm like, you know what, let's switch out, and who can take an earthquake? And I'm like, you know what, that's my Ditto. I mean he is gonna go into my Ditto is going to transform to Garchomp, and I do have to reflect up, so I'm pretty sure I'm able to live one. I'm hoping I can live one, and he come out here looking grand. So this thing is going to hit me with an earthquake, and dang, look at that damage. It does heaps to me. 24 health, HP, and it's orbed. I'm like, ah, man. But I am faster than this thing, so I'm able to hit this thing with a Dragon Claw, get really mad at this thing, and down goes Garchomp. Let's go. However, and the good thing is that this Garchomp don't have rough skin, and that's going to be very important in a little bit. So here he decides to go into Metagross, and here I'm like, okay, we are Scarf, so let's just go for a Dragon Claw. This Metagross hit me with a Bullet Punch, and we live on 3 health. Let's go, man. And we're able to hit this thing with a Bullet Punch, but that doesn't do poop to this thing. So I'm able to go for another I'm going for another Dragon Claw, but another Bullet Punch is gonna take out my boy, my guy, and down goes my Ditto. You know what I mean? Be whatever you want to be, baby. So here I decided to go into my Flareon. Man, this Flareon's a whole boss, man. Question of the day: what is your favorite EV Lucian? What is your favorite EV Lucian? Man, when I say your favorite EV Lucian, I'm talking competitively, because man, I think Flareon is like one of the most underrated EV Lucians. But anyway, here he does switch out and goes to Salamence. I go for a Flareon. Look at that damage, man. That damage is crazy. What? So yeah, we go for a Flareon here, and yeah, Salamence cannot take that. So Salamence is gonna get some leftovers here. I was thinking about switching out, but I'm like, you know what, man, if this thing defeats me, then it is what it is. It is what it is. And I decided to go for another Flare Blitz. But here he decides to switch out and go into his Infinite. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. So I do go for a Flare Blitz hit, and this Flare Blitz does heaps to it. I like that. I like that damage right there, even though it's not effective, but it's whatever. So yeah, I'm like, I'm pretty sure I could take a close combat or a Thunder Punch, whatever he wants to do to me, because I do have to reflect up. We live on 11 health. I'm like, Flareon, yo, monster, man. So this thing is gonna lose its defenses and all that good stuff, and here I just go for the dig. I do have a Power Herb on me, so we just come out here. My boy Flareon's on a tear, and we're able to hit this thing with a dig. Down goes Infinite. So Infinite is down now, and my Reflect wears off, which stinks. But it's whatever, because Flareon did his thing. So here he decides to go into Metagross, and I'm like, okay, let's go for a Flare Blitz here. But I know that this thing have Bullet Punch, so he's gonna punch me in my face very fast, and down goes my Flareon, man. Flareon did his thing, man. Getting the crit on that Salamence, yeah. But I'm like, okay, let's go into my Flygon here, and we're gonna come out here. Cool. So here I was thinking, like, should I go for the Outrage or should I go for the Earthquake here? So I decided to just go for the Earthquake to just be safe than sorry. But here he does switch out. So what this person's trying to do right now is just play mind games with me, getting to intimidate off, lower my attack, all that great stuff. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I do go for the Earthquake here, and obviously it doesn't affect the Salamence. Salamence is gonna get some leftovers, and here I'm like, okay, let's go for the Outrage. But I don't want him to go into Metagross, because that's gonna be a bad play on my part. So here he goes into to whatchamacallit, Metagross. And here I go for the outrage. I'm like, yeah, that was a bad play. So whatchamacallit, I am locked into outrage. I decide I go for another outrage, and that's doing poop damage. Especially me getting the intimidating. It is not good for my boy, my guy. And here this thing is gonna go for media mash, and that media mash does heaps of damage to me. So I am confused, but I'm not locked into outrage, which is good. So I decided to just go for earthquake, and here he goes into Salamence. I'm assuming he didn't want to risk me getting through the confuse and hit the Metagross with the earthquake, so he decides to go into Salamence. And here I go for the confuse, and we get slapped in the face. Come on, man, what are you doing, bro? You're not in the special ed, bro. And then my Flareon's riding the short bus before he came to battle. But anyway, this thing is gonna eat some leftovers. I'm like, okay, let's just go for the outrage here and see if we can take it out. But yeah, we do snap out of confusion, and we're able to go for outrage. I'm like, let's go, man. And we're able to take out this Salamence. Dang. Whew. So good job, Flareon. I like what you did there. And here he still have, I believe, 3 Pokemon left, if I'm not mistaken. He has the Metagross, the Ambipom, and what you call it, the Roadop. But anyway, I decide since I'm locked in the outrage, I can't do anything but just go for outrage. And this thing, we do get the confuse, all that great stuff. And this thing is gonna go for media mass connect, and down goes my Flareon. But Flareon put in work though. So my Flareon's gone now, and here I decided just to go into my who do we go into here? This was very, very scary position, because Metagross and Ambipom, they're very scary Pokemon. But anyway, I decided to go into my Raichu. Yeah, I decided to go for a Thunderbolt here. Hoping I could take this thing out. I do go for the Thunderbolt, and down goes Metagross. So that's good. Metagross is down now, and she has 2 Pokemon left. So we are gonna get some orb damage. We are orbed, and what happens here? And he decides to go on to this balloon hand, Glover. Who remember Glover from Super what is it, 64? Nintendo 64? Glover, that was a good game. I really liked that game. And yeah, I always used to lost the balls in those games. But anyway, yeah, this thing does go for agility. I'm like, oh my god, this thing is scary. So this thing goes for agility here, and I decided to just go for a Scald. And this and his last move is last resort. Unbelievable. Look at that damage, man. Unbelievable. But it is a crit. So I'm able to hit this thing with a Scald head, do some good damage. And on top of that, we do get the burn. So I'm really happy with that. And I know that this thing isn't gonna take me out even with the crit, because it is burned. So I decided to go for another crit. He does go for a last resort here, and that does poop damage. We able to eat that up, and another Skull is gonna take it out, and down goes Ambipom. Woohoo! So Ambipom's down now, and her last Pokemon is the Rotom, and yeah, so here she decided that she had to go somewhere. She had to work out a job at Chipotle, so she forfeited the match. And that's the match, guys. You know, we post wins, losers, draws. Quick battle for you guys, and I'm out of here. All right, bye.